Everybody, welcome back to the channel. Today we are reacting to Problematic by Bo Burnham. And before we get started, if you guys want to show your support, you've been watching for a while, you enjoyed the videos, consider hitting that subscribe button. It means a lot. But yeah, let's get into the reaction. He's very wet. Got like an 80s vibe to it.
I grew up as your usual suburbanite, a tiny town in Massachusetts, overwhelmingly white. I went to church on Sundays in a suit and a tie.
I can relate to that.
And spent my free time watching Family Guy. I started doing comedy when I was just a sheltered kid. I wrote offensive shit and I said it. Father, please forgive me, for I did not realize what I did, or that I'd live to regret it. Times are changing and I'm getting old. Are you gonna hold me accountable? My bed is empty and I'm getting cold. Isn't anybody gonna hold me accountable? I'm problematic.
Okay, I want to pause it there. So it's like, it's got like the 80s vibe. It's like a 80s like workout video. I'm not sure like if that holds any meaning to the song itself, but maybe he made the song and he's like, yeah, this sounds like, like an 80s workout song or something. So that's kind of the aesthetic he's going for. This shot's really cool. He's using, a lot of cool lighting elements again, like he always does. It's like minimal lighting, but at the same time, like, still really impactful. Like this one, I feel like he had a spotlight or something and then just used like, he could have used like paper or like whatever to just like cover part of the spotlight, and then he just gets like that little, that little part in the that's showing up on the wall or whatever. Really cool. A lot of cool lighting already. But so yeah, so far it seems like this song is about cancel culture. Like he's talking about, he was a sheltered kid and he started doing comedy. He wrote offensive shit and he said it. And then he's like, he's asking forgiveness already. Like, I didn't realize what I did, or that I would regret it. And are you going to hold me accountable? So it's all about like, I feel like it's about cancel culture. He's so sweaty, dude. All right, let's keep watching.
My bed is empty and I'm getting cold. Isn't anybody gonna hold me accountable? I'm problematic.
Yeah, problematic.
He's a problem. When I was 17 on Halloween, I dressed up as Aladdin. He's a problem. I did not darken my skin, but still it feels weird in hindsight.
Oh my god, dude. Yeah. So he did things. He done things in the past that he's living to regret now. And are people gonna hold him accountable?
Show you how I'm growing as a person, but first I feel I must address the lyrics from the previous verse.
I have those weights.
Behind my childhood, and that's not okay. My actions are my own. I won't explain them away. I've done
So now he's owning up to it.
since I started singing this song. I was totally wrong when I said it. Father, please forgive me, for I did not realize
I like that shot.
did, or that I'd live to regret it. Times are changing and I'm getting old. Are you gonna hold me accountable?
Oh my god.
It's empty and I'm getting cold. Isn't anybody gonna hold me accountable?
Okay, I'll pause it there really quick. I'll go back here really quick. Yeah, okay, so then he goes into this verse talking about like, I need to explain the things I said in the previous verse. So like he's admitting to, the first one was like, acknowledging the shit that he's done in the past. And now this verse is like him having to go back and explain the things he did. Like maybe he didn't realize they were wrong at first. And now he's going back to explain them. Like, I need to explain myself from the previous verse or whatever. And he's saying, isn't anybody going to hold me accountable? Which is weird because it's almost like he wants to get canceled. Like he's bringing these things up himself and he like wants to get canceled. And that makes me think like, maybe like, Bo doesn't want to be in the spotlight anymore. Like we all know he deals with anxiety and self-consciousness and, he's his own worst critic and blah, blah, blah. And he tries to find happiness, he can't find it or whatever, he doesn't deserve happiness or something like that. So like, is he trying to cancel himself so he is out of the spotlight anymore, even though like the things that he's done in the past aren't necessarily like things that deserve to, you know, be canceled over, you know, like just wearing the Aladdin costume. He didn't darken his skin, but it feels weird in hindsight. I mean, it's not like the best thing, I feel like, but it's like when he was just a little kid and dressed up as Aladdin, like I feel like that's not really a cancelable offense. Like, people are so sensitive these days, right? Everything has to be PC, and everybody is looking for like this one little thing to cancel this person over, whatever it is, and then everybody, you know, makes like a whole big thing about it. Like, obviously there are some things that are justified, but like if you have this famous person or this celebrity or this influential person who tweeted something, you know, like 11 years ago or 10 years ago or whatever, times were different back then, dude. Like, you could say things that like people wouldn't even like think twice about, but now like it seems like any little thing you say is, you know, offensive to somebody, which, I mean, again, some things are justifiable, but you know, man, people just need to like stop worrying about other people so much and just like focus on themselves these days. But it's just my take.
Are you gonna hold me accountable? My bed is empty and I'm getting cold. Isn't anybody gonna hold me accountable? I'm problematic. He's a problem. I just remembered that Aladdin costume's in my mother's attic.
Oh no.
I'm gonna go home and burn it. Or not burn it. Is burning it bad? What should I do with it? And
Oh, this is funny, dude.
my closet is chock full of stuff that is vaguely shitty. All of it was perfectly lawful, just not very thoughtful at all, and just really shitty. And
Okay. So there he's like, this is, you know, like his confession. Like, he is, all of it was lawful, just not very thoughtful and like kind of shitty, which is a lot of things, right? Like, there are a lot of things in this world that are wrong, but aren't necessarily like against the law, right? But it really speaks about like who you are as a person, and like that is what, you know, makes it so everybody comes to, you know, cancel you or whatever, right? Because it, you know, the things that you do that you don't necessarily think all the way through, like, apparently define you as a person, which I feel is not the case, but whatever, you know. So he's at least acknowledging and like, he's like confessing to his wrongdoings, you know, to the higher power, which is people, I guess, you know, because everybody is, you know, the judge, the jury, and the executioner, you know what I mean? Like, yeah.
full of stuff that is vaguely shitty. All of it was perfectly lawful, just not very thoughtful at all, and just really shitty. And I've been totally awful. My closet is
I like the song though. And the dance moves.
all of it was perfectly lawful, just not very thoughtful at all, and just really, and I'm really fucking sorry.
Holy shit. Oh man, I got goosebumps. And he's just walking away. Okay. Wow. That part was so like, I mean, that part was really cool. I love like it kind of breaks it down for a second. Like, everything kind of stops, and I'm really fucking, and then it goes into the sorry, and he's like, you know, being crucified, you know, just like so many people do by just, you know, random fans or their audience or people who don't even know who some person is. But like, that is how a lot of a lot of influencers and celebrity, and it couldn't just be like a random person too. Like everybody feels like they're being crucified for like these little things that they do. And there are people who deserve it. There are people who deserve being held accountable for some of the shit that they've done in the past or that they did in the present, because a lot of it is really shitty. There are people out there who deserve the criticism, and they do deserve to be held accountable for like some of their actions. Bo, I don't think so. Like, no, but this is really just a commentary on, cancel culture as a whole. That part was so cool though, just like that. And I'm really fucking sorry. And then it's like, like that was a really cool part. Like just like musically, instrumentally, like that was awesome. And the imagery with it is just like really impactful, man. I do think though that like Bo is, ironically poking fun at this and like the whole cancel culture thing, because like there are people who do offensive shit and they really half-ass their apologies, to where like it seems like they're only apologizing because they got caught. They're only apologizing because, they want to do everything they can to keep their image, but they're not actually sorry. Like they don't really care. They're only doing it because they feel like, one, again, they got caught, and two, like they feel like, this is what they have to do in order to like keep their image or whatever. But it's really hard for people who do offensive shit regularly to change so quickly, because it is, at the end of the day, kind of like who they are as a person. So like you can self-reflect and write as many twit-longers or screenshots of your notes on your iPhone as many times as you want, and you can say that you've changed, but like it's very rare that people really do change just because they've been called out on something. Because if they knew what they were doing was wrong in the first place, they wouldn't do it. A lot of people don't realize that they're being racist or sexist or misogynist or just whatever. Like it's because it's baked into our heads, right? From like a patriarchal society, to where like a lot of things are taught in our culture that we don't even realize. I grew up, as a white male, like privileged white male. I grew up in a small town in the Midwest to where everybody was white. There was not one single person of color. And it wasn't until I went to college to where I was around, people of color. And I definitely feel like that could have had a big impact on how, my views of the world, growing up, just systemically, right? And I have done a lot myself in my adult life to, be very open-minded and try to learn about different things like that. Like, you know what I mean? Like, so I do feel like I am trying to do my part in, being educated and shit like that. But I'm also not like a super political person to where I try to, push my beliefs on whoever. But yeah, I mean, we all have a lot to learn, every day. Everybody should always try to just like keep, bettering themselves and being an ally to whoever the fuck, as long as it's appropriate, But at the end of the day, you are the one who is going to be able to like really hold yourself accountable and like work on things that you feel like you need to work on. Like maybe you don't need to work on anything. Maybe you do. Maybe you don't know that you do, whatever. But yeah, that was the reaction. I kind of have, a lot to say about cancel culture itself. And, just like how people react and, the views people have on things. I'm not like super outspoken about a lot of that stuff, but, I feel like there is a time and a place to talk about it and, try to educate people every once in a while, if you have a voice or whatever. So, I appreciate you guys watching. Definitely leave a comment down below on your thoughts. And as always, leave a like, subscribe, and I'll catch you guys on the next one.